get the one with the hammer?
Yeah, right. How does that happen?
I never used it.
Oh, shoot.
What changed, Sean, not next to you now?
Well, no, they put the COVID stuff.
Oh, did I put you in the wrong spot?
No, that's all right.
I can
As long as
switch.
there's a seat here, I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey. You just sound like,
We had a long night.
yeah.
Ooh.
Last time I woke up, I was sick.
That's a pain.
How you doing, buddy?
Hi.
You're nice and tight now, right?
Hey, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you? Nice to see you too.
Hey, here.
Alrighty.
Put a John Henry on it.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm pretty good. How you doing?
Good.
Wow. Yeah. Nice to have a full committee.
It is nice.
Yeah. Veterans Board had a heck of a time. Okay, here, I'll just slide it down. It'll be okay.
Sure. You sign this one here? No,
It was in a
actually,
drawer. You can put it in a drawer.
it's a drawer pen. Or it has candy. in it.
Yeah, this one has to be. Maybe it's.
Just in the drawer it is.
Let's see, that, so what?
Cough drop?
Yeah.
Got any good
But-
candy in there? or what?
No, it's,
Sugar-free,
that's Big Al, that's Al's seat, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Sugar-free's good.
Which one's got the good stuff?
Make your presence official.
Is Katie's?
Thank you.
Pretty sure. it was- Yeah, I think it is. Whose seat is this?
Katie's.
Katie, yeah.
That's what's inside. Oh, cool.
Katie's, she got a Playboy in it.
Yeah, right.
You gotta watch, is it?
Yikes.
Okay, cameras are on, so.
We ready? Okay. Good evening, time is now 6 o'clock, and we'd like to convene the Board of Adjustment meeting. Okay, if we'd start with rise and with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. This time I'd like to have the swearing in process. Anybody wishing to speak tonight's meeting, please raise your hand. Take the oath of office from the clerk.
Please rise. Thank you. For the testimony you're about to give, the truth so help you before God. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, okay. Okay, the variance we have tonight is variance number 21-13. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I backed it up. Hold on a second. Okay, right now, okay, I passed it up. Anybody see open forum time? Anybody in the audience wishing to speak on any subject that's not on the agenda tonight? There being none, floor being closed. Thank you for reminding me. Okay,
That's what happens when you're in the
okay.
ball all day, Tom.
And now if we could have a reading from staff on variance 21.
You also have to approve the minutes.
Wow, am I really off?
Tatiana's like, come on.
Come on, man. I guess if I followed my directions, I'd have been okay. Meeting code to order, pledge swearing in process, citizens forum. Okay, approve of the minutes dated March 24th.
We gonna approve the minutes from the last meeting?
Yeah, that was what I was trying to do. Okay.
Move to approve the minutes.
Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Thank you. And now it's your turn.
Good evening, everyone. Tatiana Childers, City of Oldsmar Planning and Development Department. So we have just one case tonight. Variance 2113. This is a request for a decrease in parking requirements from 130 spaces to 39 spaces for 65 to 17 square foot vital record storage facility located in the M1 Limited Manufacturing Zoning District. So what we have here is an existing building that the applicant is proposing to add about 8,500 square foot of the building addition for the machinery, for the shredding machinery. The existing building is being used as a vital storage record facility. And in the past, the storage, this facility was used as the sterilization of the medical equipment. So with limited employees, number of employees, in 1998, this site was approved with limited parking of 39 parking spaces. Since then, the vital records moved in, and as I mentioned, the majority of the building is being used for storage of the vital records. They're adding only about 8,500 square foot of the building, which will have the true manufacturing use to it rather than storage. And so we had to review the minor site amendment and the variance application during this process. So the request was reviewed against the following 10 conditions outlined in section 3.17 of the Land Development Code. These conditions must be affirmatively shown to exist before a variance shall be granted. This approval of the variance is particular to the site and its current use. The existing building, as I mentioned already, is used for the vital record storage, and the addition, the roughly 85 square foot addition, will be used to accommodate the commercial shredding machinery. Although the code requires 2 spaces per 1,000 square foot of gross building area in the M1 zoning district, per the Institute of Transportation Engineers ITE Parking Generation Manual 4th edition, the storage building requires only 0.2 parking spaces per 1,000 square feet, and which will result in about 13 spaces for the existing building. And the addition of 8,500 square foot would require 2 parking spaces per 1,000, will be additional 17 spaces. The total, for a total of 30 spaces that would be required for this use in its current use, for this building in its current use. And the applicant is proposing no changes to the existing on-site. There are existing 39 parking spaces on site today. The rest of the land development code requirements are also met, with the floor area ratio being 0.55 and impervious surface ratio of 0.8 for this district. The proposed site only includes 0.15 FAR and 0.29 ISR. And the staff recommends, based on the presented information, staff recommends approval of the vital records of the request, of the variance request to reduce the parking requirements from 130 spaces to 39 spaces to build 85 square foot addition to the existing warehouse building on the 10-acre lot in the M1 Limited Manufacturing Zoning District.
Okay, thank you. Okay, okay, do we have any questions from the board to city staff? We have none, thank you.
Okay.
Does the applicant wish to speak on this matter? Okay, I don't believe you were sworn in, so if you could swear in.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, so help you before God?
I do.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Hush Gavahi. I'm with Northside Engineering, and we're located in Clearwater, 300 South Belcher Road. Ms. Tatiana described the project eloquently. She covered just about everything. Just wanted to really come up and say that the city of Oldsmar is a wonderful city. We enjoy working here, and I visited very often. The staff's just doing a wonderful job. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions from staff to applicant?
Tatiana, thank you for going through that. It sounded like there were 39 spaces previously, and that's what you want us to approve now also? So
Yes.
no real change there?
No, they really, with this sort of use, there is really not a lot of employees. So we had 39 spaces or so, and we figured, all right, let's just leave it alone. This addition really, when you look at the overall picture, doesn't really add any more parking requirements to the site.
Thank you. And will the improvement being 8,400 square feet and change, is that for the same type of utilization that is record? So you said, I think machinery or something?
Shredding machinery, right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, just,
In the section one of this, I sort of separated, so the existing is still going to be utilized as a storage facility. And the storage requirements for parking are different than the manufacturing. So machinery is different categories. So for the addition, we are calculating at 2 per thousand. But even if you take the existing building and you still want to see if the existing parking spaces, on-site parking spaces, meet the current demand for this current site, it's still under 39, what's there existing, because you only need based on the ITE, based on the storage. So if you flip through the presentation, you'll see what the building looks inside. So they have rows and rows of boxes filled with storage for vital records, and that's the majority of the use. The addition, 8,500 square foot addition, was calculated at 2 per thousand, but it's still under, again, the 39. So the required parking spaces for these would be 30, based on this use today.
a total of 30.
If
right?
they're using the entire
16
building for
plus.
storage, right, and the rest of it is used for the machinery. So I'm assuming they're just gonna be, well, I'm not assuming, I was presented with the plan that demonstrate also the ADA requirements. So they do have 2 ADA accessible parking spaces, which we require to be restriped and meet the current ADA standards in the site plan approval as well. Because we do have a concurrent minor amendment application to this site plan, which is under the current review.
Thank you.
It's gonna
You
add.
you guys
this-
don't see those, so
This
we
extra
only see the
space, is
variances.
it gonna add any more employees?
The space for the
Yes.
machinery, I assume so, yes.
Three new employees.
3 new employees
Yes.
that will be added? Right.
2?
3.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any other
So I
questions.
got
Thank you.
one. I got one. So under this zone that this is being built, doesn't matter what goes in here, whether it's storage or something else, the parking that's allocated for this meets 2 per thousand.
Current M1 zoning district, if you don't look at the uses, requires 2 spaces per thousand. If you look at our storage, mini storage facilities, obviously you don't need that many employees, and you don't need that many parking spaces. So the requirements are different, but we only specified for mini storages in the land development code, and we require only 4 parking spaces for 200 of units, of mini storage units.
Right.
So 4 parking spaces for 200 mini storage units. Here we don't know how many mini storage units, so we used another document, which is another guiding kind of like manual, which is the ITE manual for parking generation, which provides 0.2 parking spaces per thousand when it's a designated storage facility, of which this building is.
Right. So this building would only be used for storage facility from this approval onwards.
As stated on the application, so it's going to be used for the storage, and then the addition will be used for the shredding machinery. So they will have some. When we calculated the parking spaces, we estimated that for the addition, we'll calculate at 2 per thousand, as the regular M1 district requires.
Right.
But for the rest of the building, it's going to be 0.2 per thousand, based on the storage.
Is there gonna be handicap spaces
There are
in it?
2 spaces currently marked on the plan. So yes, there are 2 accessible parking spaces, and they will have to be upgraded as they're redoing the site
Yes.
work.
Thank you.
Any other questions, for the applicant from the board? No. Okay, there being none, thank you. Okay, anybody in the audience wishing to speak in favor of this request? Anybody in the audience wishing to speak in opposition? There being none, the floor is now closed. Okay. Okay, can I have a motion on this request, please?
I'd like to make a motion that we accept variance 21-13.
Second.
Okay, discussion? No discussion, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none, carried all, thank you.
He's on it.
Okay, and there being no further business tonight, call for an adjournment. Make a motion,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 These two girls
You
over
guys
here,
wanna
wanna
stick around, or are you okay with the adjournment?
say yes for adjournment, no for not? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we're all set. It's already gone. We're good. Thank you.